Hey folks, this is Game Master Mike, and just letting you all know that Mad Magazine is ending. Yep, I've heard the announcement yesterday that Mad Magazine is coming to an end. Now, I am very sad that I've heard the announcement because I enjoy Mad Magazine a lot. It started the parodies. They are the king. Although they did have to fight for the rights to make fun of something and parodied it, but they've won, and that's how parodies originated. Now, as you can see here is all my Totally Mads, which I got for Christmas years ago. So I am happy to get all the original Mad magazines. Although I did have a subscription from Mad Magazine started in 1999, and I believe I had it all the way till 2009, where I stopped with the subscriptions and I just bought the magazine separately without it. But the most recent Mad magazine that I've bought is the one with Weird Al Yankovic back in 2014. Well, don't have time to get in my closet to sort out all my Mad magazines, so I'm going to show you all my Totally Mads, which was released on the PC. So I had a Windows 98 computer because this CD-ROM only works for Windows 95, 98, and Windows NT 4.0. So, I love how Alfred E. Neuman is in all the Mad magazines except for the earliest ones, which was in 1952, which originated as a comic book, and then later on, Alfred E. Neuman started with the Mad magazines. So he's been in every issue ever since. We're going to take a look at this Totally Mad. There's a picture of Alfred E. Neuman, and here's the instructions of how to install it. Here is discs 2 and 3, which has the hippie Alfred E. Neuman. This is the early years, but not the earliest, from 1961 to 1968. And the latest of the early years, 1969 to 1974, so that was the beginning of the disco era. The disc. Because this is so old that the discs holder is missing its teeth, I'm guessing that happened over the years of mishandling. See how disc 2 is red and disc 3 is green with Alfred E. Neuman's face on it, which is wonderful. Here's disc 4 and 5, somewhere in the middle years 1975 to 1980. This is Alfred E. Neuman discoing that's featured in Mad Disco, which is a record that you can get that plays Disco Suicide, which is a parody of Turn the Beat Around. So my favorite of the Mad Magazine era, because I'm an 80s fan, which is the earliest of the late years 1981 to 1987, they have the Garbage Pail Kids issue and the Super Mario Brothers issue, which is hilarious. I did like the disco Alfred E. Neuman, but I'd prefer the Garbage Pail Kids Alfred E. Neuman. You know, he's thrown up in a barf bag and there's barf coming out of his mouth, which is hilariously gross. But, you know, it's Garbage Pail Kids. As we open it, there's disc 4, which is yellow, and disc 5, which is pink, which is very amazing. And finally, we got disc 6 and 7, which is the relatively late, but not as late as the latest years, 1988 to 1994. And the latest years, which is 1995 to 1998, I believe that's the Alfred E. Neuman from Men in Black. I'm not sure, but it looks pretty good because that is so 90s. My second favorite of the Mad magazine was like in the early 80s, so this is on disc 6 and 7. Also, it has some South Park parodies and everything, believe some Nicktoons parodies, I think, but I'm not certain about that, so I'm going to have to take a look, get this rebooted sometime. So this is possibly in the most perfect shape in the cover, because there's disc 7, which is orange, and disc 6, which is violet. Oops, I forgot to switch these out when I do the recording, but let's do that real quick. Alright, that is perfect there, because I don't know why they have this orange on disc 7. My guessing is because something to do with South Park, because they want to make it orange just like Kenny's coat, which I find it hilarious, so that was a joke there. Well, there you go, folks. That is my collection of my Totally Mad. This came in a huge box when I got it for Christmas, but unfortunately I threw it out. I wish I could have kept it, but you know us back then, every time we get a box with something with video games, we have to toss it for some apparent reason. Had no idea it was a valuable thing, but oh well, it happens. So I'm very sad about Mad Magazine coming to an end, so in honor of it, I decided to make a video of the Totally Mad dating back to 1952 when it first originated as a comic book. Hopefully, this is in memory of Mad Magazine. And I hope you enjoy this video, and thanks for watching.